Guys, this is my third day doing this and my fourth video. Tonight I'm super excited to talk to y'all about my hero. You know, everybody has heroes. For little kids, it may be Batman, Spider-Man. Some people, it may be NFL players. Some people may be police officers, firefighters, military. Mine is a great journalist by the name of Shaun King. For those of you who don't know who Shaun King is, he has brought so much light to the racist problem in law enforcement, with law enforcement just gunning down people of certain races for no reason, and he's really brought a lot of a light and attention. Shaun King has a big influence over people. He has over 1 million followers on Facebook, so his messages that he puts out are just hitting millions of people. So that's what we're going to talk tonight about, Shaun King. I've got a few specific cases I want to talk about, and I'm just really excited. First incident I'm going to talk to you about that Shaun King brought to light with a racist police officer is actually in Mesquite, Texas. This happened in November of 2017. When Shaun King says in his comments, which I'll put up here, that the officer received a vehicle distress call. Okay, when I think vehicle distress call, I think like maybe a motorist assist, maybe they have a flat tire, they ran out of gas, maybe their car broke down, they're blocking a lane, something like that. So this officer received a motorist assist call. He arrives on scene, and this is all going off of Shaun King's post, which I'll show you in a little bit. So the officer arrives on scene by himself. Shaun King says that he basically told dispatch they could cancel any other units, that he would handle the call, which isn't common if you think it's not that big of a deal. So I can't confirm if the officer did that or not. I can't find that anywhere. I'm not sure. But what I do know is that once the officer arrived on scene, the suspect, who is Lyndon Jones, who's a black male, was sitting in a vehicle, and again, according to Shaun King's post, the officer gets him out of the vehicle, throws him on the ground, puts his knee in his back, starts choking him, and the suspect gets up, runs from the officer, and is shot in the back. I did watch the video. The suspect is African American. He does get shot in the back running away. But what it's not showing here, and what Shaun King likes to do, is be a race baiter. First of all, let me show you a picture of the officer real quick. I'm going to put that up for you. This is the officer that did the shooting. That was the racist officer that shot this African American man who was unarmed. The horrible, you know, big old racist. And then the call was not a vehicle distress call. The call was a suspicious person call in a parking lot that apparently was walking around vehicles. The man is even heard on the 911 tape saying that he didn't believe that this suspect belonged in the area. So basically now that he's going to a possible burglary in progress of a vehicle. Alright, so at this point, you know, officer arrives on scene. The suspect is sitting in a vehicle. We have to remember the information he has is that the suspect doesn't belong there. So this guy is matching the description of the original call. Suspect doesn't belong there, and he's looking at vehicles, looking extremely suspicious. This is what was called in. So this is what he's going off of. He asks the guy to exit the vehicle. He attempts to detain the guy. You can tell the guy starts pulling away a little bit on the ground. The guy rolls over on his back, and is now the officer's on top of him, and this guy's looking up at the officer. This becomes a very dangerous situation. You can get punched, you can get gouged in the eye. The guy might have a gun in his waistband and pull it out and shoot you. And obviously, every every fight you're in, you bring a gun to that fight. You bring a taser, you bring a baton. There's all kind of weapons down there already that he has access to. So it says the officer started choking him. I really think he was applying pressure points, and it looked like he was choking him, but I wasn't there. I don't know for sure. The suspect then is able to get up. The officer takes a few steps back to create space. The suspect started running. Like I said, The video, it does make it look bad. It's basically a 56-second clip of what happened. It's dark. It's hard to really see. As the guy's running away, he's saying, "Don't shoot me, don't shoot me." I don't know if it was a good shoot or not a good shoot. So according to the research I've done, his chief did say he was found to be in violation of department policy. But policy and state law are two different things. You could actually violate your use of force policy at work and still have a justified use of force at the state level. I just don't know on this one. It's hard to tell. Like I've said, the video's really dark. It's hard to tell. My main thing on this is giving all the information and again pointing out that it was not racially motivated. Both the officer involved and the suspect that were shot, both are African American. So this is in no way a race issue, even though Shaun King has made it out to be one. So you probably remember the four Dallas and one Dart officer that were killed in 2016, and it was from a similar event where there had been a couple officer-involved shootings. The one I remember that they were really protesting the biggest was a guy that was an African-American male that was shot while he was on the ground, and he kept reaching in his waistband, and he ended up having a gun, and he was shot basically point blank, and they didn't have a choice. I mean, it was shoot him or they were going to get shot. Well, a lot of the race baiters and the Black Lives Matter movement and a lot of stuff really got that pushed, and it resulted in the 5 officers being gunned down that day. The suspect in that was African American, and he was only shooting and targeting white police officers. So, I mean, this stuff's pretty serious. A lot of law enforcement officers get killed over this stuff. There's been a lot of ambushes over it. It's just a really bad deal. But again, the main thing I wanted to bring up with this is the officer and the suspect were both black. This was not race related. Alright, I'm going to try to put another video up tonight. I hope y'all enjoyed this one. I've got a couple ideas. And I know I've shown my Facebook on here about 1,000,000 times during this video. If you could go like my page, it is Just Ice Police Videos on Facebook. I post usually the same videos that are on YouTube. I just post the link over there. But if you could like that page, and if you would go ahead and subscribe to my channel on YouTube, it would help me out a lot. Alright, thanks.